Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different. It is a Shop My Stash, and these are products that have been in my collection for months, but they're brand new and I have not used them or showed them to you, or maybe I used them once and then ignore them, not because they're bad, but just because always chasing that brand new shiny object. And I keep telling myself, I have to stop doing this. I have to use what I have. I absolutely need to use the new things that I haven't even tried before I buy anymore. But do I listen to myself? No. It's like I have a little evil shopaholic on one shoulder and a person on the other one that's like, you need to stop, you need to stop. And this one always knocks this one off the shoulder. One of the things, and I bought this around the holidays, and this is still available on the Ravie Beauty, gonna see me upside down, and this is still available on the Ravie Beauty website, and this is the Wicked for Good Ozion Forest, I don't know if I'm saying that right, eyeshadow palette, and I thought this was so beautiful. Now I did get this when it was discounted. I think it was at Ulta. And I guess they only wanted to carry, it's supposed to be limited edition, but it's still available. I checked. I guess they didn't want to carry it forever. Ulta does carry this brand, but they knocked everything down to like 50% off. So I did get a few of the collection product, but I have not used this. The packaging is super heavy and it feels very luxurious. It's not plastic, it's metal. It feels nice and heavy and luxurious. And it is very super pretty, very, very pretty. It does have the shade names on the back. We're going to ignore that because we all know that I'm challenged when it comes to that. This is the actual palette, and I think it's so, so pretty. So we're going to use this today, but let's start with a foundation. And I had the original Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, and you guys know that they reformulated that. So this is the new one. I didn't want to buy a full size. I did want to try it, but I didn't want to buy a full size. And when Ulta had a big sale a couple of months back, and this was a mini was available, plus I also had a 20% off. It also came with a brush, so it was a really good deal to me, and I was able to try it. I think the minis are $28 or something. I got 20% off, so I didn't feel too bad purchasing it so that I can try it. I bought it in the same shade that I have my other one, which is 2-in-1 Desert Beige, but this, I swatched it and it looks lighter. So I don't know, have you guys experienced that? We're gonna make it work because I don't want to buy another shade, and I waited too long to try it to even see if I liked it, so it's not like I can return it. So this is what it looks like. It is runny. Supposed to be better than the original. Supposed to be a little more hydrating. It's supposed to still be full coverage. And the reviews are hit or miss on this. Some people like it, some people hate it. I think that the ones that were true 1000% fan of the original formula do not like this. The original formula, I didn't use it very often because I found that it was kind of heavy. But I mean, if you had like a special occasion and you wanted your foundation to last all day and give you amazing full coverage, that was a foundation. So for me, it was more like a special occasion foundation. But I have other foundations that are not as heavy as that one, and it gives me amazing coverage. So was it a must-have for me? No, but I did own it for many, many years and even repurchased it. So I'm going to add a little more on my cheeks. I have not tried this, so I cannot give you, this is the first impressions on a lot of these products. And I normally don't like to do first impressions on my channel, or very seldom do I do a first impression. But I wanted to get this video out because I want to go through some of these products. Look at that, I look like a ghost. Casper the Friendly Ghost. But that's okay. Once we bronze and everything else, it will be fine. This shade in the regular foundation, now look, this pretty full coverage. It covered up all the freckles. We're going to call them freckles. I'm not going to call them age spots, okay? It did cover all of them on my hand. Now I can still see a little bit of my hyperpigmentation. And this one definitely is showing, but that's okay. I don't like to pile up a lot of foundation. I'd rather go on the lighter side of my application, because then I feel that it wears longer, it wears better, it lasts longer on my skin, and it doesn't feel uncomfortable and heavy. If you guys can hear a lot more, there's a park behind my house and they're mowing the lawn on one of those big tractors. It seems like lately whenever I start filming, it's either my husband or somebody at the park working on the lawn. But what can I do? So last time you guys said you didn't hear my husband. However, you did hear that thunderstorm that we had going on a couple of videos ago. Looks kind of like on the matte side for me. It doesn't really look glowy. And is it supposed to be glowy? Let's see. This writing is so tiny. Double wear, stay in place makeup. Doesn't say anything. Okay, so this is not something that I purchased and never used. I've shown this to you guys many times, but have I picked it up in a while? No. And I keep trying all these under eye correctors, and this is probably one of the best ones you can get. It's a pricey, absolutely, but they have 30% off sales all the time. And this one is so good. This is from Dermatology, and this is a Luminous Eye Corrector SPF 41. So I love the fact that it's an SPF 41. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand because with this pump, it's kind of hard to not over apply. So I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take a little brush and use that. So I'm going to grab this brush, and this one is in the shade Light. And I have used both light and medium, and they both work for me. You know, actually, I think I prefer the medium. But I decluttered the medium not too long ago because I had it for a long time. And this is a brand new one that I had in my stash. And probably I hadn't used it because I decluttered the other one and, you know, didn't pull this one out. But I love this. This is not thick at all. It's a very runny consistency. But look at the difference. You can see the difference between one eye and the other. And this is a really good one. So if it's something, if you've been looking for something that is hydrating for under your eyes, that is a corrector, check out the next time that I show a sale for this brand and check them out. This is probably my favorite product from this brand. I have tried their sunscreens and they're okay, but I don't feel like you need to spend that much money to get a good sunscreen. I love the new one that I've been using from CeraVe. That's a really good one. And that's not expensive. It's like $15. Or even the one that I get for In Beauty is more expensive than the CeraVe, but it's less expensive than the one from Dermatology. I'm just going to put the little bit that was left on the... And this has like a cooling applicator. But I just feel like if I use the applicator when I squeezing it out, it's just a little... get too much product out. I'd rather just apply it on the back of my hand. A little bit on the back of my hand and then just apply it. But as you can see, this works really, it does a really nice job. I think it does. Concealer that I reviewed on this channel that I tested several times and I really do enjoy it. I think it's a really nice one. It's the Do It All from It Cosmetics. This is a radiant concealer. It's a multivitamin serum and you get 0.23 ounces or 7 mils. Now I think one of the reasons that I don't pick this up is because I do not like the applicator. When I pulled together all my products for this video, I had to clean this applicator because it was so nasty. I hate these kind of spongy applicators. Why? Just give me a doe foot. That's all I need. I don't need, you know, squeezy tube or anything like that. This, I don't use this to spread it under my eyes. I use a brush because this is like too big. And I don't like it, and then it gets all over the cap and all over the outside of this. I don't like dirty makeup. I cringe when I see some creators. Their makeup is so abused, and then when they use dirty brushes, oh, that's something that I don't know. Don't use dirty brushes on your face. You're just looking for trouble. You're gonna get breakouts. This is very peachy. I have this in the shade Light Medium Cool. So I guess that's why it's a little peachy. But it actually works well with the circles under my eyes. But this is a really nice concealer. I'm gonna put a little bit on that. This is the spot that doesn't like to take pigment. And you can still see a little bit of the darkness under my eyes. Guys, as you get older, it's harder and harder to hide that, okay? I'm going to use a little bit of my Sigma eye primer. Now, I use this all the time. So this is definitely not anything that I neglect. This is such a good eye primer. Very pricey, but they do have sales all the time. And sometimes they have like kits, or they have like a gift with purchase. And this, sometimes it is a gift with purchase. And it's super, super nice. It really does a great job of blanking out your lid, and it covers any veining or redness or darkness that you have on your lids. All right, then I'm always looking for the perfect under eye powder. And this under eye powder has been in my collection for the longest time. And it's the Pat McGrath one. I have used so many of these. I can't even tell you how many I have actually panned. And this one is almost, look, it's almost empty. This is a really good under eye powder, and I have shown it on my channel before. I have told you guys before how good this is, and it's very, very thin. It is very lightweight. I really enjoy it. Anyways, this is a really good under eye powder. Even if you put it over here where your pores are, it's so blurring. Okay, talking about powders. Do I want to do powder? I think so. Then my face a little sticky. Just like this. This is from Girl On. And I have this in 02 Clear Light because I love the products. I love their foundation and their concealer. So yeah, this is a diamond micro powder, and I have used this a couple of times, never on my channel. And this is such an amazing powder, and it does come with a puff that I do not use. It is very, very heavily scented, so just FYI. If you try this powder, let me know. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back. I'm going to use this Morphe brush. I just want to powder it lightly. But this is very blurring, very beautiful. But then I buy it and I have it in that basket so I can eventually show it to you guys. And then I don't use it and I don't show it. So what is it? What am I doing? You know, need to be able to use my beautiful products, whether they're drugstore or high-end or luxury. I need to use them and enjoy them. But yeah, this is nice. It's really, really nice. It's very finely milled. Now, like I said, the foundation is not very dewy. I think it's pretty matte. And this powder just makes it even matter, I think. Now, do I like the way my complexion looks with this foundation? I think I have much better foundation. It looks very matte. There's some foundations that can be matte, but it doesn't make you look flat. I think this is one of those that makes my skin look flat. I have 3 products here from Winky Lux, and they were kind enough to send these to me in PR. They've also sent me lip products before, like the lip balms, but I really do enjoy these. I have tried these on my own a couple of times, and I really, really liked it. I love the formula, long lasting, so easy to use. But then I put it back in my drawer and that's it. I forget about it, and I never showed you guys. And they were kind enough to send me these products, so I want to say thank you. So thank you, Winky Lux, because this was really kind for you to send this to me. I was able to choose the shades, and I got this one in the shade, oh my goodness, I will write it up here. It is Too Light. And I wish I would have chosen the next shade up. That would have been like a little darker, but it's very pretty, very easy to apply. I don't feel like it's orange. I think it's something that is like in between a bronzer and a contour, but it doesn't make your face look like you're dirty. And it lasts all day. It just spreads like butter. It does not lift your foundation underneath. Easy to build. It's really pretty. It's really a nice product. And they are available at Ulta. I do not have any kind of a discount for them like on their website. I didn't have to show this. It didn't ask me to, you know, show the product. And I do not accept PR if they tell me that I have to. And I'll be honest with you, I do try to show it, and if it's good, whether it's sent to me or I buy it, if it's good, I'll tell you. If it's not good, I'll also tell you. And then they sent me one of their blushes, and this one is, again, I can't see it. So I will list both of them. But they're very, very nice. And I'm going to use the same brush. So maybe I should have only applied 2 dots. See, it's been a while since I tried this. Let me do this and then I'll use my foundation brush. Whoa. Foundation brush. Just use 1 or 2 dots. Don't use 3. Okay, I think that's better. It's not as overpowering as it was. Okay, so let's do the eyes. So we're going to use this pretty palette. And I just want to create something. And you know, looking at it now, it's like, okay, these 3 shades right here. I mean, these are probably shades that I will not use. They're toppers. They're very glittery. But wow, do I like when something looks pretty? Sometimes, see, those are glittery. And they're more like toppers. So those are shades that I probably won't even touch because I already have glitter like all over my hand. But when I looked at it, oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, it is. So we're going to start with this shade right here, the little light pink one. And I'm just going to use the mirror in this. Oh, this is very powdery. The mirror and this palette, which is a very nice mirror, by the way. So how have you guys been? Anything new going on in your life? I'm finally starting to feel better. I am 3 weeks post quitting that medication that I've talked to you guys about in a previous video. And the last 3 days have actually felt better. I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched because that's happened to me before where I've had a couple of good days and then I start feeling really bad again. Now I still have, I'm going to go into this shade right here now. I'm going to try to get, let me see if I have a smaller brush. Yeah, I'm going to use this one right here. This is a REPHR 13 and then the other one was a REPHR 15. This one I think I said right. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm feeling better now, but I even told my husband, I said, if I don't feel better next week, I think I'm just going to try to, this medical practice that I was going to, that I told you guys that I didn't like the doctor. They do have an office in another location, and I was going to see if I could just see a doctor there. Because what if I'm blaming everything on the medication and then there was something else going on? Because I was feeling so bad. And there was one day that I even told my husband, like, my abdomen was hurting so bad. But it wasn't like a stomach ache or anything like that. It was just, I don't know, it was a weird feeling that I've never had before. So I told him, I said, well, what if something else is going on? Even though I just had labs and everything done. And my labs were fine, but who knows? Okay, I'm going to go to this brown one now, and I'm going to use the same brush. The day following my conversation with him, I started feeling better. I'm going to take the first brush and just blend over here. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is no fun. They have a couple of shimmers, but I don't know if they're the kind of shimmers I really want to use today. Now that I'm using the palette, I'm not that thrilled with it. Anyways, I can see myself never picking this up again. Isn't that awful? And if that's the case, I'm going to try to sell it on Mercari. Because I know that people love Wicked. I think as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to do that. I know I'm not going to be using this. And why keep it if it's going to be sitting in a drawer? Mercari has gotten so expensive. It's ridiculous. I used to get some like luxury makeup from there if it's new. I don't mind if it doesn't have a box, but it has to be new. I don't like to use anything. I don't know how people are with their makeup. And I'm very particular with how I treat my makeup. I would only buy something from Mercari if it was at least 40% off. And if it was new or like new, you know, which is a new product but without a box. I looked a little while ago. I haven't looked in a while. And I was looking the other day. I wasn't looking for anything in particular. I wanted to see, first of all, if I had any active listings, which I didn't think I did. But I figured if I do, it's something that people don't want because I haven't had any hits. I was just going to, you know, delete the listing. But I started looking around, and it's like some of the things, I'm going to lower my AC because I'm dying right now. Some of the things were like maybe 10% off the original price. And to me, it's like, are you crazy? I mean, if I'm to get a 10% off, I'll pay the extra 10% and get a brand new from the store. They've gotten really, really expensive. So I don't know. But I'm not, that just because they've gotten expensive doesn't mean that I'm going to list it for an unrealistic amount of money. But I just don't want it sitting in my drawer if I'm not going to be using it. I don't even know what I want to do. And let's do a little bit of this one right here. This one right here. I'm going to do a little bit of that, like right here. I don't know, like I said. Now that I'm using the palette, this is something that I really love new. And it's not even a light shimmer that I can use in my inner corner. Maybe I'll use my highlighter. I'm going to use a little bit of that green, like right here. That green is pretty. But I don't need a whole palette for just one shadow, do I? But that's pretty. I just went very lightly. And it's almost like, see, it's like a green and black. I'm touching it in the part that is mainly green. Let me put it in. Bring it in all the way. And then I'll see if I can use my highlighter in the inner corner. But yeah, this is a regret so far. And so is the Estee Lauder foundation. Okay, let me do the other eye. Be right back. Okay, so let's blend now. I use a little more of that, this shade right here. I don't even know what that is, a rose gold on this side, so the eyes that don't look even. I need a flat brush. I'm gonna use this one. It's kind of small, but we're gonna try it to go on the green and try to do it on this side. The eyes are not even. I used too much of the pink. Okay, let's try a little more of the pink on this one. 10 layers of eyeshadow on my eyes. Wow, I don't think I'm going to be able to make that even. That's crazy. Definitely user error. So let's go back to the brown. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this look. And it happens. That's okay. We're going to keep on going. Oh, I'm glad that was the box, because if I would have dropped the eyeshadow, then I guess I would have solved the problem. See, it's already getting dirty. I'm going to get a little bit of the concealer and add it right here where I have those lovely dark areas. And I'm going to add a little bit of fallout. And now the holidays are coming. All the holiday launches are coming. So I did decide, I usually get the Hourglass palette that comes out for the holiday, but I'm not getting it this year. Because, first of all, I've seen some reveals on Instagram, and they're okay. But I bought I'm wiping the brush that I'm using, I'm wiping it so that I can take the product off and I can blend more. I've seen some reveals, and yeah, they're just not calling my name. And aside from that, when they had the option to build your own palette, and you had an option of so many blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and finishing powders. I did a palette then, which I really like. I haven't even shown it to you guys yet, but okay. But and I have used it because I really like it. Yeah. Not my favorite look. I'm going to take this brush right here, and I'm going to go into the lighter shade and just bring a little bit in my lower lash line, just a little. So I'm going to skip that one for sure, but I'm sure that a lot of brands are going to have some really beautiful releases. But I try to stay away from limited editions, because I own so much makeup and I don't want to have something that I can't show you on my channel. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of this Christian Dior. This is a Forever Glow Maximizer. And this is a highlighter. And it's in the shade Nude. Now, I'll be honest with you. I love Christian Dior highlighters. I'm not going to put it on this hand because I have glitter on the hand. So I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand here and pick it up from there. I love the powder highlighters. I love the cream highlighters that come in the packaging that looks like a big lipstick. I'm not crazy about these liquid highlighters. They're okay, but they're not my favorite formula. It's okay. I use it. I have two of them. I have this one and I have like a lighter one. Because when I saw, oh, it's so beautiful. Christian Dior, I love you. Yeah, so I get it. And it's not bad, and a lot of people enjoy it. I just like the other formulas better. I can barely see it. Can you see it? And I really could use a little bit of glow because my makeup is so matte today. I'm even going to take it like a little lower because, yeah, everything is like matte on my face. And those, these here, they're not glowy, but they're normally not super matte either. They're like a satin finish, I would say, or a soft finish, but I feel like the foundation looks so matte on me that everything else on top of it just looks just as matte. So this is okay, but am I crazy about it? No. I'm going to grab a little bit on this brush right here, on the very tip. And I know it's cream and my eyeshadow is powder, but that's okay. I couldn't ruin this eye look anymore if I tried really, really hard. I hate it. I don't like it. It's a fail for me, but that's okay. Not every look that we create is always a favorite one, right? And one thing about my channel, you guys know that I keep it real. Good, bad, ugly. Yeah, it's just too dark. I need something brighter on my lid, and I don't have anything brighter. So I'm going to use this as finishing powder. This is from One Size, and this is nice. I've used it a couple of times. Again, nice product. Is it my favorite finishing powder? No. But it's a nice one. It's not bad. So I think I'm going to go get a setting spray that can give me a little bit of life to my face because I'm looking very, very matte. Okay, I got the M Cosmetics Divine Water Perfecting Mist. This is not a setting spray, but this is beautiful. I'm going to put a lot on because I feel like my face needs some hydration. It smells really nice too. It's not overpowering, but has a really pretty scent to it. So I'm going to push this in now, and this will kind of give me a little bit of moisture. Make sure my lashes are dry. So I didn't have any brow products that I have a problem with. I usually use my brow products pretty often. I rotate them really, really well. So I'm going to use the new Merit mascara. And this is new. This is not anything I don't have any mascaras either that I've been sitting there and I haven't used. So that mascara is not a problem. I have a lot of mascaras, but I do rotate through them. Let me do 2 coats of this and I'll be right back. I don't like not being happy with my makeup, so I got the Hourglass palette, and what I did was I picked a finishing powder, 2 blushes, and a bronzer. I didn't get a highlighter because I don't use highlighter every day. And to me, highlighters, yeah, I love them, I like them, but I'd rather have these. So I'm going to take a blush. I'm going to use this because I don't have another. Oh yes, I do. I'm going to use this brush from REPHR, and I'm going to use the pinky one. And that one is in the shade, it's called Mystic Flush. I feel like the Patrick Star powder, finishing powder, doesn't give you that ethereal look, finishing powder look like the Hourglass does. So I'm going to use my powder brush and just go over my face. I have 2 of these Bobbi Brown eyeshadows. They're the, what do they call them? Crystal Eyes Shadow Sticks. And this one is in the shade Brilliant Bronze. These are really, really pretty. I'm not going to use the Brilliant Bronze because it's too dark. But look how absolutely gorgeous that is. Now, I have used these a couple of times. Not a lot, which upsets me because these are beautiful. And they do have like the little cap. Now, there's a lot of affordable brands that you can get this and not spend something very, very similar and not spend this kind of money. But, oh my gosh, look at that one. We're going to use that one. Yes, we are. So we are going to go in the inner corner. Now, I have found with these, the less you touch them, the better. If you can just apply them and leave them alone. Look how pretty that is. Look at the difference between one eye and the other. And this one, there's no fallout. It feels really, really cooling. They're a lot like the e.l.f. A lot like the, is it Tower 28? That has one. I think theirs was the first ones that I saw. I don't see as well with this eye closed. But, yeah, as you can see, I kind of went too high on this one. But the Tower 28, I think it's the first one that I saw that released something like this. And I have a couple from Tower 28 also. I'm just grabbing a little bit to put it right here in the corner. But these are gorgeous. They're gorgeous if you want to do like a really pretty, you know, nighttime look. And just pop this over your shadow. So pretty. They don't crease. They don't fade. They don't have fallout. I think that looks better. Okay, let's do the lips. This is going way too long. So this is not anything that I ignore. I love LA Girl. I love the LA Girl lip liners. And these are like less than $4. Ulta just had them on sale recently for like $2 something. And they're so good. You get a nice big pencil. They glide really nice. They set and they're long lasting. This one is in the shade Sweet Temptation. Anyways, this is like a MAC lip liner. It is not super creamy, but I mean it's creamy enough that you can line your lips and you can be precise, and then it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to last. So I really do enjoy it, and for the price you cannot beat it. Super nice, super nice. I think LA Girl is a really nice brand. Okay, and then I'm going to use the lip oil from Winky Lux, and this one is in the shade Enchanted. I like that. And the writing was big enough that I could read it. It's got like a little bit of like a vanilla or vanilla cupcake scent, but it's not overpowering. It's not sticky. It's not super light, but it's not super thick. It's kind of in the middle. It feels really nice on the lips. It feels hydrating. I mean, my lips were felt pretty dry this morning. I don't know why. I used my regular nighttime lip mask, but today they felt pretty dry. Maybe I didn't drink enough water. So this is my completed look. I don't know. I still look off to me. I look off. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just not a good makeup day. Let's try a little more bronzer. Let's keep playing. I'm going to use the one from Hourglass. And this one is in the shade Natural Bronze. There's days that you feel pretty and you put makeup on and you say, yeah, that looks good. And then there's days that it doesn't matter what you do. You just don't feel like you're put together and like it looks good. And I don't know. I have one of those days. I have one of those I don't feel pretty days. Not that I tell myself that I'm pretty, but I don't know. And I normally really do like these. I think it's just a foundation threw everything off. I really do. I don't like super glowy foundations that make me look greasy, but I don't like super dry foundations either. And this feels on my skin, on me, it looked very, very dry. This is something that I would tell you that I love and I will continue to use. I'll try to use it. I may mix it with like a super glowy foundation that I have or something like that. I use it as a mixer, but I don't think I'll use it by itself anymore. I really didn't care for that. I mean, the coverage is okay. I just don't think it's as good I don't think it was an improvement on their original formula. The original formula is supposed to be a matte foundation, but for some reason I don't feel like it looked this matte or dry on my face, and this looks pretty dry. These I know that I love, but I really think that because my foundation was matte, it kind of looked like that. But this looks really pretty. It doesn't look super glowy, but it just looks very natural on your skin. I have used this a number of times, so I know that I really do enjoy this. This is an amazing product, and I will link it below. And like I said, when they go on sale, I will show it on my community page, because it is, to me, this is one of those expensive products that if you need an under eye corrector, this is a good one. And they do have different shades. The fact that it has an SPF is a bonus. I do wear SPF. I don't depend on my makeup for my SPF. That's just a bonus that I put on my face. I actually wouldn't care if they didn't put SPF on makeup. The eyeshadow palette, this is a regret. This is one that, yeah, I feel like I wasted my time and money, and maybe that's why I didn't pick it up. Maybe when I opened it, I wasn't wowed by it, and there were other palettes that I owned or were coming in that I was more excited about. This is okay. It's not bad. I mean, does it look highlighty to you? To me, it doesn't look highlighty. It doesn't really give me any glow. I mean, I don't know. I have better. I have better even from affordable brands that do more. I just feel like this kind of disappears. Like I put it on and it just, I don't know, it blends away. I just feel like it goes away. It doesn't feel like, I mean, I've layered it and I still don't see really any glow. Let me know, do you see glow? Very little, right? I don't know. It's nice. I will use it because it's pricey and I own it. But am I in love with it? No. These are absolutely beautiful. I've used not just these, but from other brands also, and they're so pretty. And yeah, I don't wear a lot of glitter. I feel like it can be too much for me, but I don't feel like this is chunky, and I don't feel like this really shows too much texture on my eyelids. And that's the thing with glitter. Some glitters, especially on mature eyelids, you have to be careful because it can show texture on your eyelids. But if you love glitter, go for it. I'm not here to tell you not to use it. I use what I want. And yeah, it's really pretty. I like that. And I love that bronzy color. That's so pretty. This is really good. I like this. It feels good. So this is my basket of shame makeup products. And I think I'm going to do this more often so I can, now I know I don't like this. I will get rid of this. And I already knew I wasn't crazy about this, so I'm going to give my daughter-in-law one of them. Yeah, so this is it. So thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know, do you, especially if you're a creator, do you have a basket of shame products that you purchased and have not used, reviewed, and you keep looking at it and say, what am I doing? Stop the madness. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Have an amazing day, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.